Hey folks, it's Frithgar here, how you doing? Welcome back to Farming Simulator 22 here in the Risoux Forest. Next, I want to go sculpting, and I want to go here, and I want to make that quite big like that, and then I'm getting rid of all of this. This is just going to be flattened off now completely. I'm not going to worry about like trying to do anything special with that. I'm just going to flatten it off nice and quick like this so that I don't have to deal with it later. I was thinking that, you know, maybe we could have this as dump site and we've got to sort of build around it, but I'm not going to bother messing around with any of that. We're just going to leave it as it is, and we'll carry right on and do stuff over here. So the only other bit of sculpting I'm going to want is going to be in here, and I'm going to need an area for the house that we want to build. So we need to find the house that Jack built, which is there, and I think we can start with that one there, actually. Now, this one, it does sit into the hillside a bit. So I was kind of wondering whether we should have that or do a level platform first and then do it. Let's see how it works. It makes its own level platform. Right. With the tree on the background. Let's see if we can now smooth anything out. Now that we've got this in place. Because I've also got all of that texture around it. And that texture is no good. So I can level that out. I can bring that down. And I can bring it down around the house as well. And that house goes down a long way. So I can get rid of all that. That's not a problem. We don't mind about that. Demolish. That one. Sell for 60 grand. Yes. Okay. And I need to, before I can do anything else, I've got this area here that we're going to end up building the house. We've got a rough idea now of how big it's going to be, which means I do want to get rid of those two trees. So we'll do that a minute, like this. Here, all I got to do is line up and be pointing at the tree. There we go. So kind of thinking I wanted to keep that tree there in the background, but I won't now. That's I think it'd be better if we just get rid of it. And that one as well. Okay. Trees out of the way. And we come back up here, and we can go back to our construction work. Right, in order to get rid of that, I need to very quickly go over and plant it and then remove the plants. Now, you can, like, you could do this in-game methods, you know, by properly plowing up the area, planting it, and then digging it back up again, or you could just do that. And to be honest, I think I'd rather just do that. So I'm going to go there, and then I'm going to go to painting, and I'm going to go to that mixed one, and going to go like that, and that gets rid of everything. Yeah, I'll leave the grass on the front for a minute. Bring that all the way around, and I'll get rid of all of that grass that I have just gone and thrown down. Yeah. So now I no longer have any of that texture on there that I don't really want. So next, if I go into the sculpting, and I go to this one, and I'll pop that out a bit bigger like that. And then I can bring back the level platform here for this house. I can build that up like that. So that's now ready for this house. Just kind of do it like that. I can go and buy the house. Get that one lined up and installed. That one's going to go sort of about there, I think. And run it back from the road. There. Okay. So that's now in place, and everything around it is leveled as much as I want it to be. So there's a good start on our... I could go for two of these, sort of side by side, or like bring one out, or maybe we just go like this. But I'm kind of thinking at the moment I don't want to do that, because that's going to only leave... Actually, it's going to... I'm still going to have 60 grand left after this. It's going to be a bit too much putting one there. This one should be moved over a bit, really. Let's put that one in there. Alright. back to landscaping, and I want that one, and then I take that quite a bit bigger, and I'm going to smooth off the edges. We will do some more work to making this town look a little bit better. At the moment, we've got just like really steep ground here. And we're going to want beautification, and we're going to want to make this place look really, really nice. We've got all kinds of decorative objects that we can put in, and that's stuff that will happen later. It's not going to happen quite yet. So I'm just going to put those there. Like, at the moment, we are very much the building site, the new housing estate that is being constructed, that people are buying into, but the houses, like, you're still living in a construction site. And people do know that this happens, especially here in the UK. It's quite a common thing to be buying into a construction site. You can move in early if you want, or you can wait until the houses are a little bit more along, you know, moving along, really. It's entirely up to you how you do it. I kind of like that. There, I think that's looking pretty good there. So we've got the shape here. I've got the shape for these two. And then I want to... Well, that's tarmac there. I'm thinking, actually, we should have a gravel path. So we've got that. That's kind of tarmacked up to there. And then we can have grass, and we'll put plants in here. So we're going to want a lawn here in front. Go for a bit of a lawn. I'll make that nice and green through there. Let's make that a little bit bigger, shall we? Go like that. There, right. So we're going to want some greenery in through here. The other decoration where, you know, I'm really going to start doing the beautification of this is that we'll leave some of that until later. I'm not going to do it all now. Actually, I'm not going to do hardly any... Well, I'm not going to do any of it for this property at the moment. We're just going to kind of like get the front of it looking right. So I've got that bit there, and we've got tarmac immediately around the house. I actually think it's a bit too much tarmac around the house, but for now we'll leave it. And I'm going to bring a... See, that gravel path there, with the size of the cursor that I've got, is too small. So I need to go a fraction bigger like that, and then that does bring it out right. So we're going to have just a gravel footpath that's going to come out from there, and a gravel footpath that's also going to come out from there like that. Just like that. Let's go a little bit further. So then what you would do is you'd probably have something like a small garden, and just like a bit of flower bed in front of the house, and we'll do flower bed on this side like this. So you'd have something like that going through, just to put a little bit of a flower bed in there. But I don't want to do that, like, and just leave it like that. You'd want some plants. Now, I am limited here on this particular map with my choices. I don't have lots of flowers and things like that I can pick from, which is, quite frankly, disappointing. I would like to have more options here for things that I could put in there. So for now, we'll just kind of leave it like that, and I'll see if I can find other options later for things that we can put in for decoration. Like, I can get little tiny bits of fruit and so on. Like, we have so many decorative items here that we can put in. It is quite ridiculous. I've got a winter wood supply that could go in here. I think this is awesome. I love this. There's a smaller one there that we can put, and that's like an honesty station as well. Like, you can go and put a bit of money in and buy that timber there. So we can put that one. I can go under the window. That will fit just under the window there. That's perfect. That will go in there like that. And then you've got like swings and stuff. So that's the kind of beautification that we'll be doing later. I'm not going to do any of that. I want to be able to walk through a town, and I want to be able to think that people live in this town when we get to it. When we sort of... Oh! Here's our flowers. Definitely going to put in a couple of these. Just to start off with. Let's put 1 or 2 of those in. It is leveling the ground a little bit when you put them down, but it's not enough to cause us any issues, is it? And we'll do another one. It's a hexagonal stand. That one can go there like that. Yeah, that's fine. It's not like we're going to be driving over it. There's one more thing that I'm looking for. Scrolling through, something very specific that I'm looking for. See, these here are village buildings, but these ones you don't actually get rent from. So I don't want those at the moment. It's all we got all loads of flowers and stuff. There is a lot of different decorative objects here. Okay, I'm pleased with the selection that we've got. We've got some trucks here. We've got some old beat up stuff. I don't really want that. That's not sort of fitting with what I'm after. But what I do want is there's one of the cars that is going to be parked here, and we'll also have a car parked on that property as well. That's going to go there. So I've got 2 cars in there as well. People have moved in already. Fences and so on to go round. Yes, I will put those in, but I'm not going to do them now. Plants. I'm going to just, for now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to like put in a little bit of grass in here. Like that. It's also going to have some grass. I tell you what, we could build our town and then we could do like a dozen episodes of doing Lawnmower Simulator. We just have really small scale stuff and we go around and we mow everybody's lawns. I'm not going to because it's not something that I would want to do. I'd get bored to tears doing that, but you know, it's something that could be done. There we go. Right, fantastic. Let's go and have a look. There is the first 2 houses and they're going to get us a few thousand a month. There. That's not bad, actually. I'm fairly pleased with the results of that. So now that I've got that bit, we have got some regular income coming in. I don't know if it's going to be recorded anywhere. I know I've got the production bit, so it's not showing up on there. Unfortunately, I don't think it's actually going to show up anywhere unless we, until we skip the month. And I've only got 1 day per month, so that will be happening fairly soon. So the next thing that I want to do is I want to go back to our tractor that's still actually running here. And I want to go into here, I want to go there, and into buy a cultivator. We're going to go, let's just go with some simple disc harrows, I think. And I'm going to try and use mods. I'm going to try and use mods for as much as possible for this series, I think. Just because there's so many mods available now, and it's going to be quite cool just to be able to have a look at different ones and see what we've got available. So I'm going to go with this one first. That goes to 27 kilometers an hour. That's pretty insane. So we'll buy that one at 75,000 euros. I can't buy that one. I can't afford it. It's now out of my price range. I'll lease it. Which means I'm going to have to give it back again afterwards. Oh well. Right, we'll lease this one, and this will allow me to go and create a field. We're then going to need a seed drill so that we can plant it with grass. And once it's planted, when the first growth stage comes through, the texture for the other types of plants and that all disappears. So that's what we'll ultimately be after. Those 2 logs over there, we will do something with them later on. They're not at the moment. And this is much more like it. Look at this. A nice big road up through here. This is fantastic. So you right here, lower, unfold disc harrow. Right, well, let's unfold it. I think I just control Y and it does allow me to create fields. So I lower it down, it's not allowing me to create fields at the moment. I think if I go... Let's try Shift Y. Let's see if that does it. Whether I've got to have set ones available. Control Y. That didn't do anything. Can I turn it on? No. Huh. Why aren't you working? Does it not Maybe it doesn't work with all of them. Toggle cultivator field creator is Y. So just press Y. Let's try just pressing Y and see if that does anything. Okay. It doesn't because it's a mod. I got to have a base game machine to be able to actually have the field creator work. So unfortunately, I'm going to take this one back and get another cultivator. So it might be that we can only use the base game machines in order to do that. So let's go with... We'll stick with the theme for the Pottinger. And this one goes up to like 26... There we go, 28k. And I will lease this one instead. This one is 90,000, so slightly more. Heavy duty. Yeah, right, lease 4,600. The money is slowly pouring out of the accounts. Park vehicle. I don't want to park the vehicle. I want to bring that one over and get the next cultivator. Let's hook you on. This one doesn't have an option for it either. I don't see an option there. I'm a bit concerned about this now. Maybe it doesn't work with the disc harrows. Maybe I've got to have an actual... Because this is a disc harrow rather than cultivator. That's going to be my next theory. Is that because this is a disc harrow, that's why it doesn't work. Lower that one down. Right, nothing at the moment. Press Y. Nothing. Okay, let's go and get another one. Actually, you know what? You just stay there, and I will return it via this. No, I don't even want to return it via that. I want to go in here. I'll go to leased machines, disc harrow, and return. Yes. It's cultivators create field. So let's try using one that's actually called a cultivator. So I'm going to start with a mod one, because I did say that I wanted to use a mod. Look at that. Extreme. NZ Extreme. Look at that beast. 14.3 meters wide. 450 horsepower to pull it. I don't have that many horses, so I'm not going to try and pull that one. That one there is 12 meters. 385 horses. 500 horses. This is insane. Let's try something a little bit more sensible. It's 5 meters. That's too sensible. We need a medium sensible, not a really sensible. That's 5 meters, 4 meters, 7 meters, 300 horsepower. 9 meters, but it needs 400 horsepower. What about you? You're only a little one. That kind of feels like cheating. It's finding the balance, isn't it? I know we don't really care about the whole cheaty thing, but we kind of... Ooh. Okay, 6 meters. It looks shiny. I like the look of it. Wheel setup. I don't care about the wheel setup. Let's see the speed setup. 25k. And let's lease that one. There. So, 2,500. Yes, okay. And once again, let's see if we can actually make this work. So it doesn't work with disc harrows. Apparently disc harrows are not classed as cultivators, even though they cultivate, but the allow create fields with cultivators doesn't recognize them as cultivators. So we're now going to try an actual cultivator and see if that will recognize it as cultivator. And how many times can I say cultivator in the space of 2.5 minutes? Probably several. Look here, and... Are you seriously not giving me an option? It's gonna be because I have to use a base game machine, isn't it? I wanted to use a mod one to do this. What's wrong with wanting to use a mod one to do it? Like, I don't get what's the problem. Why are you being difficult? I don't know. I don't understand why are you being difficult? There's no need. Right, that doesn't work. So lift that one up. I press Y because that was the button that it said. Still doesn't work. Right, fine. That's got to go back. That's got to go back. No, not that one. This one. Here. How much am I going to spend doing this? You return. It's a bit of a shame. I like the look of that one. That one looked pretty cool. Never mind. Never mind. It's not the end of the world. So we'll go with the base game machine one. Maybe not the extreme one, because I don't think that we can do that. But, I mean, this one's 12 meters wide. It says 370 horsepower. This one's 8 meters, 320 horsepower. 7.5, 250. I think that one, maybe. I think this is going to have to be the one. I still don't see the option coming up for allow create fields. It's got nothing. So I did wonder if maybe I had to actually go and buy the cultivator in order for it to work. So that one, I bought this one. I'm pressing Y. I'm not getting anything. For some reason, the mod doesn't work. I don't know why, but the create fields thing doesn't work on this one. So we're just going to have to get a plow and do it the old-fashioned way. So, we're going to find a plow. We've got a series of disc plows here that we could go and use. There's a 6 meter one, there's a 6.5 meter one there, the John Deere ones, which I actually think would be pretty good. That might be just the ticket, actually, because I was kind of thinking like we go with one of these types of, well, like one of these chisel plow type things. It could be pretty good. Front chisel. Not many others there that I'd want to use. So I'm actually thinking, yeah, we'll go with this whole John Deere plow one. That one is 8 meters wide. That one's 4, 6, 6, 9. Let's go with this one. There's not a lot of difference between these in regards to horsepower, but there is a huge amount of difference in price. That's 22,000 and that's 74,000. So I don't know why there is such a massive difference in these, considering it's just half a meter difference in size. But honestly, at this point, I don't really care. So we'll bring that one 22k we can do with this. So we will lease this one. Yes, okay. If this doesn't allow me to create a field, I'm going to get really annoyed because I've just spent 20 grand leasing stuff that doesn't work. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to throw away on nothing. And no, I'm not going to get it back. You know, this is a learning curve, and I feel that that's all right. I feel that that's something that's acceptable for us to go and do. We've made mistakes. Mistakes have been made. We will learn from these mistakes, and we will see what else we can do. So we've got that, and that's got an allow create fields option. Even though it says cultivate. So I really don't know what's going on with any of this. Oh. This one can't be folded up. Am I even going to be able to get it out of here? Maybe that's why it's so cheap. It does kind of fit, but you got to make it. You got to want to... You got to commit to get that one out of that area. I wonder if the other one folds up then. Like maybe that's the difference in price, because there's a substantial difference in a price on these two. No, that doesn't look like it folds up. It's pretty solid on there. I don't know why there's a massive difference in the price. But those are definitely... That one there, that does fold up. That's a foldable one. That's a wider one as well. So this one here doesn't seem to fold or do anything else, which is weird. So you like to be able to get the thing out is quite difficult. So we will allow create fields like that, and we will lower that one down, and it's creating fields. Ha ha! At last we have something that works. Right. I might bring this one out around a little bit wider in a bit. I'm not quite sure. We'll go reasonably close to the tree line because the tree line is going to be retreating. We will take that tree line back a bit further. But now we will go racing off through here. So it's pretty slow going. Just for a second. Although once I start going downhill, that will improve things. I don't have the money to get a more powerful tractor at the moment. So we will stick with this tractor that we were given to start with. We run it like that. I'm giving us a little bit of edge away from sort of where the trees are, so that there's room for the machinery to turn round without me having to worry about doing the outside rounds first. I don't really want to be spending lots of time dealing with that, so Like, as long as we've got room for us to be turning around, I think everything will be fine. And you can see here the plants on the outside edge. Now, I believe once everything is planted and it starts to grow, that's all going to disappear anyway, so we don't need to worry about that. I'm going to bring this one on up. You give us a slightly sharper corner on this one. Bring it around like that. And then that can just kind of like smooth off in this direction like that. And then we'll work around on the inside. So I'm not going to be able to use the hired help to do this first bit. But when I go back and start planting the grass, I can just put the hired help going, and then we can start cutting down a few more trees, or maybe do a bit more landscaping or something like that. I'm not quite sure what we'll do. I want to get this field ploughed and planted before the end of the month, and then once we've done that, I was wondering if I should do anything about the stones, whether I should get a stone picker and have the stones removed or not. I think we will, just because it will make life a bit easier. So, as I've said before, this is kind of a mixture between a play-around series where we do test out mods, and I don't care if I'm using an unrealistic mod, but I also want to, like, play the game, at least, like, earning my money in that, so I'm not going to use the loan that I used in the last one and get a vast sum of money added into the game just by borrowing. Even though technically I would have to pay that money back, it's still not really the way that I want to do this. I want to be able to earn our money. So we're down to 30 grand. I'm not getting... I mean, we've got the base game loan limit, and I will probably eat into all of that. But beyond that, I don't really want to be getting extra loan. I would like to be able to earn our money. Now, we've already got 2 houses built, and those are going to be bringing us in some income. I'd like you to get into the comments section and tell me if you think I should be doing the full beautification. So, you know, make sure that each house that's built does have a car in front of it and, you know, a few decorations. Should I be giving them each a garden and things like that and building that before I start building the next couple of houses? Or should I get some more stuff down and then worry about beautifying it all up a fair bit later on? I don't know how you want me to work that, so get into the comments section and talk about it. Give me some ideas of what you want to see and what you don't want to see, and I will try and achieve a balance between what everybody wants and doesn't want. I realise that some of you are going to want some things and others of you are going to want something that's completely different, so I'm never going to keep everybody happy with everything. So if you can give me an idea of what you do like, I can try to get a bit of a balance on it. And we'll just kind of like work from there. I do think that I should definitely have some stuff built around the houses before I go starting on another one. So like definitely. Unfortunately, folks, that is all we have got time for today. A massive thank you to everybody who has earned their way into the Great Book of Names. To find out some more details about all the names coming past, please head into the description and click on the link to the Discord. It's a link to another video. The link is on the other video. Please also consider checking out the links there for Nitrado, who provide gaming servers for games like Farming Simulator, Minecraft, Ark, and several others. And there's also Fanatical, who will help support your gaming habit by providing you with cheap games and also giving me a small commission on anything that you buy using my link. If you've enjoyed this particular video, then please head down below and give us a like. And if you really enjoyed it, then please tell your friends all about me. Get them to come and watch as well. That would be awesome. And until next time, thank you very much for watching. This is Frithgar. Goodbye, and see you later.